Hello and welcome. Now we will talk about when we are working in a team, then what needs to be taken care of when we are working with the local branch and the remote branch. When push fails, when we need to pull, and how the commits are managed when we are working in a team. My name is Mohammed and let's start. So in a project environment, we have a repo and then we have a remote master branch. And with this remote master branch, we create different remote feature branches. Like we have feature 1, feature 2, feature 3, and feature 4. And different teams then work on these branches. And with time, they push their changes and they push their features to the remote master. So for example, we have this remote master here, and then all the feature branches, all the remote feature branches will be branched off from this remote master, and they will start their work on their specific features. And when they complete this work, they will merge their features. For example, team 1 has completed its work, and then the team 1 can merge or rebase whatever the strategy they are applying. They can merge or rebase this to this remote master, and that's how it all works. So we will look at that when we are working in a team, then how the remote branches and the local branches they work and what needs to be taken care of. Now we have a remote branch here, and right now we are talking about team 1, and we will try to understand how the team 1 is working on their local and remote branch. So we have two developers. One is the backend developer, B for backend, and the F for front end. So we have a front end developer and we have a backend developer, and they have the local copy of the feature 1 on their machine, right? They have a local copy of the feature 1 on their machine, and they will be working on the local copy on the local branch. The local copy means here the local branch, right? It means local branch. Both the developers have checked out the remote branch and they will start their work on their local branches. So we have the backend developer and we have a front end developer, and they will start their work from here. Now, let's suppose front end developer has made some progress and he wants to push to the remote branch. Now, this time the local branch is 2 commits ahead from the remote, right? This local branch, the front end developer's local branch is 2 commits ahead. So it means these 2 commits are not present in the remote feature. So he can push this to the remote feature if they are working the merge strategy or rebase strategy. That depends, and we will discuss this in later videos. So, and before we push, there is always a process of code review, right? In every development team, they have a code review process that when someone pushes its code to the remote branch, it should go through the code review process first, and only if code review process is approved, the code reviewer approves the code, then he or she can merge or rebase this branch to the remote. We will not be discussing on the code review process in detail because that's not the focus of this video. I just wanted to mention it here. So it is code reviewed and now it is pushed. And the backend developer, let's come back to the big backend developer. The backend developer is also working on its feature. He is also working, and they both are working on the same feature, but backend developer is also working, and he now wants to push to the remote. Now, the backend developer has 2 commits, and these commits are not present in the remote feature. And also at the remote feature level, there is a 1 commit which is not present in the local feature at the backend developer. So what will happen? Will he be able to successfully push to the remote? No, he cannot push to the remote because the remote branch is 1 commit ahead, right? There is a 1 commit which does not present here at this level. So first he will have to pull from the remote, right? So what will be the solution? The solution is first he will have to pull and then he can push to the remote. First he will have to pull from remote and then he can push to. So in order to pull from remote, there are 2 strategies. One is rebase and one is the pull and merge. So whenever we pull, we have two operations. Pull operation first invokes the fetch operation, and then it merges the code to the branch that we are pulling to. So it depends on the development team and their strategy, what strategy they want to use. For simplicity's sake, I would like to show you the pull with rebase strategy, pull with rebase, so that it will be easier for you to understand. Now we have these two commits, and when we will pull with rebase, so what happens is these two commits will go up. So for example, something like this, and then when we will pull, we will have this commit here, we will have this commit here. So it's a rebase. So we have rebased on remote. The local branch has rebased on remote. I will discuss the rebase strategy in detail, how it works. So that's how it will work. So now we have pulled the commit from the remote, and now the local branch is only two commit ahead from remote. Now we can easily push this to remote. We can easily push this to remote. So this is also pushed. So this is the arrow here. And then if we come back to the front-end developer, so front-end developer is also working on his on this feature. So now he wants to push his commit to the remote. Can he push this to remote? The answer is, as you know, the answer is no, because the remote branch is one commit ahead, right? One commit. So the remote branch is one commit ahead from the local branch of the front-end developer, and front-end developer also has two commits. So he is also two commits ahead. So first, the front-end developer has to pull, and he can pull with rebase, and then he can push. So we will apply the pull with rebase strategy. So with the pull with rebase, these two commits will go up. So we have a situation something like this, and then when we will pull, we have a pull here, because the local copy is pulling. So it's a rebase on remote, right? The strategy is rebase on remote. So we get the remote commit, and then the local commit comes on the remote commit, and then we can now the local branch and the remote branch, they are synced. Local is synced with the remote, and now it's easy to push this to the remote. Now we can push. Again, the code review process will also be there, right? The code review process will also be there. Here it will also be code review process. And this is how it will work. In the next video, I will try to show you this with Git Kraken, and we will try to create branches, and we will try to push to the branch, pull from the branch. And we will also see the case where we cannot push to the remote branch. I hope this will be helpful for you, and have a nice day.